Good morning students, my name is Rashmi and I am going to teach you chemistry. So as you know that first term syllabus is over and we will start second term, and second term first chapter is elements, compounds and mixtures. As you know that everything that is around us ultimately made up of elements, and elements together they make compounds. When elements join together they make compounds, and when compounds they are mixed together they give you mixture. So elements give compounds, compounds give mixture. And substances they are categorized into two categories. First is pure substance and second one is mixtures. Pure substance is further divided into two categories, that are elements and next one is compounds. That is the name of our chapter, elements, compounds and mixture. So the definition of pure substance. Pure substance, it is the one that cannot split by the physical methods such as distillation, filtration, etc. And the next one is elements. Element, it is the substance that cannot split further by the chemical means by chemical reactions. So elements, they are represented by symbols. So symbols can be the first letter of the name, it can be first and second letter, and it can also be based upon the Latin name. For example, symbol of hydrogen, it is H, it is based upon the first letter. Next example is you can take calcium. Its symbol is Ca, it is based upon first two letters. Next one is sodium symbol is Na. Now you can see it is not based upon first or second letter, it is based upon the Latin name natrium. Like this in your book 3 tables are made, please go through from that. And next one is molecules of an element and molecules of a compound. Molecules, here it is of an element and of a compound. So if two same atoms are there, for example oxygen molecule, you can consider it is O2. How it is made? It is made from O plus O. Same atoms are there, then it is the molecule of an element. Next one is molecule of a compound. For example, water. Water is formula is H2O. It is different atoms are there, hydrogen and oxygen. So it is called compound. This is the molecule of a compound. This one same, if same atoms are there, then it is molecule of an element. Another example, you can say fluorine, chlorine, bromine, then hydrogen. These are elements, molecule of an element. And here you can take CO2, carbon monoxide. These all are molecule of a compound. This is the difference between these two. Next thing is atomicity. Atomicity of a molecule. Atomicity, it is actually the number of atoms present in the molecule. Number of atoms. You can see that here in oxygen, how many atoms are there? 2 atoms. So what is the atomicity of oxygen? It is 2. So next one, fluorine, atomicity is 2. Next, ozone. Ozone is formula is O3. So atomicity of ozone is 3. 3 atoms are together, so atomicity is 3. And one thing more, this is called this is called diatomic molecule. 2 is there, 2 di stands for 2. Diatomic molecule. Now 3, You can say triatomic molecule. Then similarly, there is P4. P is phosphorus. When 4 phosphorus joined together, then it will form molecule of an element. And what is the atomicity of phosphorus here? What is the number? 4. So atomicity of phosphorus is 4. Next, one more example is, then it is called tetraatomic molecule. 4 stands for tetra. Next is S8. 8. Octagon. You heard in maths octagon. So 8 related to octagon. So here it is octatomic. This is octatomic molecule. This is all about a molecule of an element. And the next topic is compounds. Next is compound. Compounds, these are the substances which can be split by chemical means. For example, chemical means like a chemical reaction, chemical changes. Example, water. It is compound. We can split water into two gases, H2 plus O2. So water can be split into two gases by passing electricity. This is called chemical change. It is not physical. So compounds, they can split by chemical change. And next one is how compounds are represented. Compounds are represented by formula. As I have written, water formula is H2O. Compounds are represented by formula and elements are represented by symbols. Here this is water, then formula of carbon dioxide, CO2. Is it a compound? Yes, because it is made of two different atoms. So it is compound, and compound is represented by formula. And next one is characteristics of compounds. So first characteristic is characteristic. Compounds. First is that a compound can be split into its constituent elements only by chemical means. Split can be split into elements by chemical means. As I had given the example of water, it can split into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas by passing electricity. Next characteristic is elements compound in fixed proportion. In compound, elements are in fixed proportion. Like in carbon dioxide, always carbon is 1 and oxygen 2. And similarly carbon monoxide, always carbon is 1 and oxygen is 1. And in water, always 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. This proportion is fixed, elements proportion is fixed. And third one is elements mass ratio is always fixed, fixed mass ratio. Like water, it is hydrogen has mass 2, oxygen is 16. Simple ratio is 1:8. This ratio is always fixed in water. Wherever you talk about water, its mass ratio is 1:8. Next one is properties of compounds are entirely different from those of its constituent elements. Like carbon dioxide, it is formed from when coal is burnt. Coal is mainly made of carbon. When it is burned in the presence of oxygen, then carbon dioxide is formed. So you can see this one is a gas. Oxygen is also gas, but this coal is a solid. So this one is solid, gas, and both are giving you a gas. So properties are different. Next one is, next our topic is mixture. This is all about compounds. Next is mixture. Mixtures, it is a substance that can be separated into two or more pure substances. Mixtures are impure substances. They can be split into pure substances, 2 or more pure substances by physical methods. Physical methods like sublimation, distillation and filtration. So actually in the nature, mostly the substances are present as a mixture. Rarely we get pure substances from the nature. Like you can say that seawater. Seawater is the mixture of many salts. And when we talk about another mixture like alloys, alloys are also the mixture of various metals, non-metals. And next thing is gold is also mixture. As you know, 24 karat gold is available, 22, 23. 24 karat gold is pure, but 22 and 23 karat, that is the mixture. Mixture of 23 karat, I am talking about 23 and 22 karat. It is the gold is mixed with copper or silver, so that we can increase the strength of gold. Next one is characteristics of a mixture. Characteristic. First characteristic is that the components of a mixture may be present in any proportion. Any proportion, for example, you are going to prepare a salt water. According to yourself, according to your taste, you can add less salt or more salt. Means we can vary the value of salt or water. That is up to us, what we want. And next one is the components of a mixture coexist without chemically reacting. And the third one is the components of mixture retain their properties. For example, you have retained their properties, the components. Components retain their properties. Like if you are going to prepare sugar solution, that will be sweet. If you will prepare salt solution, that will be salty. Means the properties of sugar and salt will remain same. It will not change. And the fourth characteristic is that the components of a mixture can be separated by physical method. Physical method, for example, we can separate these components by physical method. Take the example of evaporation. Evaporation. Or you can take the solution of sand and water, mixture of sand and water. How can you separate sand and water? This can be separated by filtration process. Filtration process, that is a physical method. In filtration process, you will take a funnel, then take a filter paper, add filter paper, attach over here, then pour the mixture. Then what will happen? Water will come down, and what will left over here? Only sand. By this method you can separate the mixture. And next one is types of mixtures. This is all about characteristics of mixture. Next one is types. There are two types of mixtures: homogeneous and heterogeneous. In homogeneous solution, the composition remains the same. Means when you are going to, for example, you are going to prepare sugar solution, and when you have properly dissolved sugar, then when you take one sip, you will get same taste. Another sip, you will get same taste, because the composition, the sugar is equally distributed to all the parts. That is homogeneous. Means composition and properties remains the same, equally distributed to each and every part. And next one is heterogeneous. Heterogeneous, when the composition and properties are not equally distributed. For example, the mixture of sand and stones. If there is a mixture of sand and stones like this, when we take this one part, here more stones are there as compared to this one. So the composition is not same to all the parts. If it is same, you are getting 3, but it is not possible when we mix. So there will be, distribution will not be equal. Then it is called heterogeneous. If the distribution is equal, then it is a homogeneous. Next one is types of mixture. I will give you some example. Just guess whether it is homogeneous or heterogeneous. When oil is added to water, then what will happen? It is homogeneous or heterogeneous? Yes. So what will happen when always oil is lighter than water? It always collect at the top, and then water will remain here. Composition is equal? Yes or no? No. Composition is not equal. So it is in the category of heterogeneous, right? And when there is salt solution, salt in water, when it is equally when it is dissolved properly, then can you see salt here? When it is dissolved properly, the condition is that. Can you see salt here? No. Equally, it is equally distributed. So it is the kind of a homogeneous. Here is also a mixture. Remember that one. Alloys. Alloys is the homogeneous, solid mixture, homogeneous. Similarly, many examples are given in the book in table 3.1. Just go through from the table and understand this concept. Next, in the next video, we will discuss the various methods to separate the mixture. Hope you understand this concept properly. Thank you.